Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video I'm going to be taking a closer look at the Aqualung I330R dive computer. So this is a recreational dive computer, but it's much more than that. It's a color screen rechargeable dive computer, nice and compact. It's not huge and bulking, it's pretty compact. Let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is how it arrives. A nice neat little box like most Aqualung dive computers. Just Aqualung branding on the side. On the back you've got the serial number and the barcode and all that kind of stuff. Open it up. We have our dive computer here in a bit of a sort of display sort of box that you might find at your dive center. There might be something else inside of that. I'll take a peek in a moment. In the box, we have a review card, a sort of just a quick start guide so that you can get used to sort of how the dive computer works and what the buttons do. Some information about Divalog Plus, the app that you can download to your phone or your tablet. That way you can Bluetooth the dives and download them onto your smart device. A CD, instrumentation, manuals and resources. So there'll be a digital version of the full user manual on that. If not, you can probably just download it online. Dive computer, and a little tag. So we'll take a look at that. What is that tag? This computer has a screen protector already installed. Do not remove it. So that's nice. Don't peel off. It's not one of those satisfying things. It's actually there to protect the screen, so don't remove that. We'll take a closer look at the dive computer in the next section. There is stuff on the inside of this. Open up the side. Oh, paperwork. Dive computer safety and reference manual. Okay, so this is a bit more of the full. Oh no, so the user manual, you go to aqualung.com. This is just a safety and reference manual. Read through that just before bedtime. And we have a USB, I presume, charging cable, and that's a micro USB to this sort of adapter thingy. So yeah, let's take a closer look at the dive computer itself. Okay, so the computer itself is a very neat and tidy little thing. It's incredibly light. It weighs, in fact, 104 grams, so incredibly light. So very much a sort of a traveling dive computer. The screen itself is pretty compact. So the actual screen that you can see is probably about 40 millimeters across, give or take. I mean, that's actually 35. Let me just check that was zeroed. Nope, so yeah, about 40. The overall computer itself is about 51 mil across, so neat and compact. It's not going to take up too much space sort of on your wrist or feel clunky. We have this very nice NATO style strap, so very secure for a long period of time as well. With a lot of the rubber and the silicone straps, if you don't look after them, if you leave them out in the sun or you just sort of use them constantly, they can just start to wear out over time, whereas nylon webbing is pretty strong regardless. And then sort of having it on your wrist, it's very strong and secure in this. Plenty of space, so if you're wearing it over a dry suit, you've got plenty of slack in that strap, and then you just loop it back over itself to keep it neat and tidy. Dive computer, 2-button user interface, very easy to get used to. If I can wake it up, and there you can see the screen. So pretty bright. You've got that black background with the white details on it. It tells you your battery level and sort of which breathing gas you're on, because this has 3 separate breathing gases that you can preset. Bluetooth is activated as well. I'll show you that in a second. And then navigating is very simple. You've got up and down. So if you press up, it just goes into your sort of current sort of no fly and your desat times. The current times, so it's a bit more like a watch. It's temperature, your elevation, and then back to this sort of main screen. Pressing down, you cycle through the settings, the menu. And if you hold down the down button, that's a select. If you hold down both buttons, that just brings you back to that main screen. So pretty simple. And you got that little green tick that just kind of reminds you that is select. And then if you want to go in, you select, and then you can change it from air to nitrox. If I just set it to 30, press select, your PPO2, and then holding down both of the buttons, and that will bring you back to where it was. An easier way I found is if you want to change the menu, is if you literally just connect it to the app. So this is free, and it's pretty quick to set up. All you do is just press add new device, and as long as Bluetooth is activated on the dive computer, it kind of zips straight to it. And then in here, you can do pretty much whatever you want. You can fit your information, so your address, your contact details, if you know your blood type, emergency contact as well. You can set the time, and it's all very easy. With a smartphone, different alarms, depending on sort of where you want. If you want a depth alarm to go off at a certain time, elapsed dive time remaining, nitrogen bar graph, you can set all of these things. You can set your gases, you name it. It's so much easier when it's all kind of laid out like this on a smartphone, and then you just hit the button, and that syncs it all together. So very, very modern. That's the way that a lot of dive computers seem to be doing it nowadays. Connecting it to the USB cable, if I just flip it over so you can see the underside. So it's this strap has this second sort of internal strap that creates a bit of a cradle, so it's quite soft against your wrist. But you see these 4 contacts, this is how you're going to charge it up. So if you just loosen up that strap just a little bit, just to sort of allow it, and then this section just goes in, and it's magnetic. So it automatically seats itself, and then you plug that into a powered USB port, and that recharges the battery. So very quick and easy, and yeah, sort of very natural. To remove the strap, we've got these 2 little spring bars, and these are quite modern. These are nice. You don't need any sort of awkward tools to try and get in that little corner to remove that spring bar. You've got this sort of small spring-loaded sort of section there that you can grab hold of. So that's quite easy if you wanted to swap that strap out. But otherwise, yeah, pretty easy to get used to, and it feels pretty rugged. Despite it being sort of made of plastic, it feels quite strong and secure, and the buttons themselves are nice. You get a nice sort of positive feel when you push the button. You feel like you're actually pushing something, and it springs back at you, so you know when you've activated it. Right, so let's review the i330R dive computer. So first of all, who is this for? So this is for recreational divers, but you could go up to pretty much instructor level. I'd be quite happy teaching recreational courses using this dive computer. It's very simple to use, very easy to understand, has everything that you need in it, all the features, audible alarms, decent sort of strap on it. So yeah, so first of all, reviewing it, looking at the understandability, how easy it is to understand what it's trying to tell you. 5 out of 5 for this, very easy to give it that score, especially with that app. If you need to change things, you've got the Bluetooth, so you can just literally do it all on your phone. Boom, hit sync, and it just does it all for you. You don't have to navigate any complicated menus and try and do things. You can still do it on the fly with your dive computer, but if you don't want to, you can do it on the app. So 5 out of 5 is very easy. As far as size, for a recreational dive computer, yeah, this is great. So it's a relatively small screen, but it's not watch sized. So if you struggle with your eyesight, that's not going to be an issue, because you have that clear, bright screen, so you can see what's going on the screen. Even in dark conditions, you suddenly swim into a shipwreck or something, you can still read it. But it's not big and bulky, it's not taking up a lot of space. If you put it on and then try and put your BCD on, it's not going to snag on too much. This is no way that sort of proud out of your wrist. So 5 out of 5 for size. As far as functionality for a recreational dive computer, has absolutely everything in it that you could possibly need. You can set your nitrox, you can set all your different alarms, you can switch them off, 3 different gases as well. If you're diving on multiple gases, then yeah, you can do that. Yeah, 5 out of 5 again. As far as cost goes, so at the moment this has a recommended retail price of £269, which is incredible. This is one of the cheapest color screen dive computers out in the market, especially with a rechargeable battery as well. Factory sealed, so you never have to worry about O-rings and all that kind of stuff. You just plug in as and when you need it. So again, 5 out of 5. Personally, I can't really fault it. It ticks all of the boxes for me. So 10 out of 10. It's rare that I come across something that there's very little that I can fault. The closest thing that I could fault it is that the plastic itself is a little bit sort of that kind of cheaper plastic. But hey, if it keeps the overall cost down and it does the job, who cares? It doesn't feel like the whole computer is like a cheap dive computer. I've had cheap dive computers and you can kind of tell they feel a bit light and airy on the inside. As much as this is light, it still feels solid. So yeah, I really like this dive computer. I think this is really going to turn a lot of heads, and it should. It's a smart little thing and it does everything that you need it to. And that's the Aqualung I330R dive computer, a nice compact recreational dive computer. It'll do everything from nitrox to free diving. It's even got a gauge mode inside of it, rechargeable as well, so you can top that battery up as and when you need it. Yeah, this is a really strong contender, definitely worth checking out. There's going to be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. Just click on the link down in the description below and that will take you straight to this dive computer's webpage. Thank you for watching and of course, safe diving.